How's it going? It's Hien, and in this video what we're going to talk about, or what you're going to learn, is exactly how to automate your social media agency. Now again, whether you run a social media agency or any agency, an SEO agency, it's a fact that you are going to be focusing on delivery. First of all, you're going to be doing all the work yourself. Now that's not a good long-term solution. If you want to actually scale an agency, you want to be able to get more clients, you want to even just be able to enjoy life for yourself, because you didn't create an agency just to be bogged down and becoming a 24-hour worker inside your agency. That's not the reason you started off in the agency, presumably. So again, in this video, this is going to break down exactly the steps to outsource certain tasks, to automate certain tools with tools, and show you completely how to do that. So first things first, if you're a new subscriber on this channel, I'd like to invite you to just subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video on this channel. Once again, there's a lot of content out there on YouTube, but not a lot of content actually breaking down these steps that you need to get success online. So if you want to learn that, then you'll benefit obviously from seeing this content when it comes out. Alright, so first things first, in an agency, typically when you start, you're going to, as I said, be doing all the work yourself. You're typically going to be doing delivery. Obviously you're doing the sales in the agency as well, so you're wearing many different hats, and you're doing communication also with clients. So you're wearing many different hats. And if you truly want to firstly give the client that you have, the new client that you just got, a really great experience, you're not going to be able to do that when you're wearing all these different hats. What's going to happen is, and this happened to me myself, it happened to many other agency owners that I know, when you're doing all the delivery, you're doing all the sales, all the communication, even if you are able to still give the client a good service, you are going to feel so stressed. I remember feeling this so many times myself. When I first got started with my agency, months down the line, I hadn't properly automated some processes, and I remember I had to get back to clients, I had to communicate with clients over the weekend. That caused me so much stress. That's not the position that you want to be in as an agency owner. Once again, presumably you're creating your agency so you can live that dream life that you want, have that freedom that you want. So you're not going to do that by automating processes. And if again your goals are to reach a certain income level with an agency, you aren't also going to reach that income level doing all those tasks yourself. And sometimes because you're doing all these things yourself, you're not properly able to even deliver for the client because you're doing too many things at once, and you end up losing the client as well, which obviously is not a nice feeling. And it happens to many agency owners that don't automate things themselves. It happened to me in the past, because I remember losing one client that I didn't communicate with properly, and that's not because we weren't doing the work. I just wasn't able to communicate properly because I was so bogged down actually delivering the work, and they weren't happy with that, and they stopped being a client. So you're going to run into these issues again when you don't have you don't outsource certain tasks, you don't have team members, and you don't automate certain processes in your agency. So again, you want to start automating things in your agency as soon as possible. So literally when you get your first client, that's when you want to start automating things already. And maybe even if you haven't got your first client, already start to plan out how you are going to start automating things from day one when you get agency clients. This is a mistake I made. You don't want to make that mistake yourself. So the first task that I recommend that you outsource and hire somebody to automate that is actually the communication aspect, because that's the easiest thing to outsource. Now you don't need to pay somebody tons of money to handle communication and literally the managing of the project. I pay my product managers between $100 and $200 per project to handle all the communication and make sure the project runs smoothly. So again, once that is automated, you now don't need to communicate with clients, because the client has an extension of yourself, which is your team member, your contractor, that is going to just communicate with them. So a client is not going to be bothered if it's you or a team member that communicates with them, as long as that's taken care of. So once you've outsourced that, now all of a sudden, with any products, you don't actually need to communicate to a client ever. Whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Wednesday, it doesn't matter. You don't need to communicate with that client, because you've handled that. An extension of yourself is now handling that part. So once you start automating things, three things are going to happen. You're going to feel better in yourself, because again, you don't constantly have to run around. Your stress levels are lower. You're enjoying agency work much more. Number two, the clients are going to have a better experience, because you've got other team members working on different aspects of their project, and they're going to take you more seriously as well. So even if you're trying to get clients and you've got a team, you've got automated processes, clients are going to take you much more seriously, because you're not a lone freelancer, you're now a business entity, you're now a proper agency with team members. Clients actually will take you more seriously, so it's not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. Number three, because you've now freed up your time from delivery, from automating these processes, you can now just focus as a proper business owner. You can focus on the operations, making sure that your agency is running smoother every single month. You can also focus on sales to make sure that you actually get more clients and you're earning more money as a result of outsourcing and automating. So the two ways that you want to automate, I've maybe mentioned this previously in the video, are people, in terms of people, outsourcing team members that can handle some tasks, and also in terms of tools. There are a lot of tools out there, especially in the marketing world, that help in terms of your Facebook ads, in terms of communication with clients. You also want to utilize tools that are going to make it easier for yourself as well as the people that you hire, so everything becomes seamless. You can literally just sigh a sigh of relief because you don't need to do anything pretty much in your agency. You've got tools taking care of things, you've got your team members taking care of things, and now you can really just relax, enjoy the money coming in, enjoy the freedom, travel around, and know that certain processes are taken care of in your agency. Whether you don't go on your laptop for a week, obviously maybe you don't want to do that, but you can afford to now go on your laptop or not be on your laptop for a week, because you can rest assured things are being taken care of. And that's the benefits of automating things and having processes. And again, probably you're going to have the feeling, I had that feeling when you first get started with the agency. A client is now paying you $1,500 per retainer. That definitely, when I started getting paid those retainer amounts, I was like, this is the most amount of money I've had with one job in my life. I literally want to keep all that money for myself. I don't want to hire anybody out. I used to think the more that I keep the money for myself, the more that I get to profit. But actually, by keeping all that money, I actually ended up losing clients faster, which lost me the money in the end, at the end of the day. So actually, you don't want to have that selfish thing. You actually want to hire out, and maybe again you don't keep all that $1,500, but you are now getting maybe $700 by doing a small fraction of the work and actually being able to enjoy that time. And basically it's getting those $750 from just closing the deal. Every other aspect is taken care of. So I'll actually show you how it looks like, how you should set things up in your agency. As you can see, there's three different things here. One is the retainer price that you will be getting from clients on average. So for example, $1,500, maybe you pay that per project for a specific client. So on average, yes, clients will pay you an average of $1,500 or $2,000, £2,000 for paid traffic services and social media services. So you get that amount of money. Next, you're going to, again, as we said, using contractors and tools, you're going to automate those certain processes in your agency. One, definitely you're going to take on a project manager that's going to handle communication, as well as also hiring out a media buyer. If you're doing a Facebook ads agency or paid traffic agency, you have a media buyer or Facebook ads media buyer who takes care of the Facebook ads and actually running these ads for your clients. So again, the contractors maybe will take up $650, and then the extra tools that you use in the agency are going to take up $100 per month. So that makes $750 total. So the remainder amount and the profit that you are going to take home is now, obviously you've given out $750. You've got another $750 that is just literally profit for you just closing the sale, because you've got the contractors and tools taking up a big chunk of the work in the agency. Literally now you're not doing any of the delivery or communication, or very little. And because now you have tons of free time, you can spend your time ensuring that things run smoothly. You train team members and close more deals. So that's pretty much how you want to set things up in the agency. The next thing you might be asking, so what kind of people do you actually hire for these tasks in your agency? One, the main thing that you want to know is you hire for attitude and train for skills. That's the main thing that you want to note. And the reason that you want to hire for attitude and train for skills is skills are very easy to train somebody up. If somebody doesn't have a specific skill in terms of understanding how you want to communicate in your agency, that is very easy to train them up in the certain process that you use. But if somebody doesn't have the right attitude, they're not positive, they're not an action taker, they don't actually really want to strive for things, they're not going to be long-term somebody that you want to automate stuff to, because they're just going to flake on tasks, not really get things done as you want. So you want to hire for attitude, make sure they're positive, make sure they're go-getters, and then you can train them up using certain videos, certain systems that you put in place, which again you want to make sure that you have. In terms of your team being able to understand exactly what you need to get done, as I said, you want to work on systems and processes. So literally when you get a team member, with the right attitude, you can literally give them the entire process that, again, you document with videos like this to your team members. So literally they just need to watch the video and understand how you want to get things done. There's no them wondering what they need to get done. And you also want to use things like Google Drive and Trello boards to create standard operating procedures which your team members can just follow. I'll show you a couple of the operating procedures we use in my agency and people that are part of my community get access to. I'll show you in a second here. So as you can see, this is a Trello board where we break down exactly how to run e-commerce client campaigns. We talk about what to do in the initial call with the prospect, how to audit the accounts, access to everything here in Google Drive. We create folders in Google Drive. Everything is mapped out for somebody who is a member of my team. Next, we've got how to keep ads fresh, have less fatigue, and keep audience overlap. All this is written here, so somebody can just literally follow step 1, step 2, then understand how to prevent audience overlap, step 1, step 2. When it comes to creating creatives, here we've got all the different steps that somebody can literally just follow to create stuff in the agency. Also, in terms of research, every little thing that we do in the agency is mapped out with processes, and you want to make sure that you do the same, so every team member that comes on can literally just follow step by step. As I said, that is something that every team member of mine gets access to, as well as people in my community get access to every one of those things. So when you automate those tools, the hire that you take on literally already knows exactly what to do, step A to Z. The final thing probably is, where do you find these team members? Where do you outsource these tasks to? Well, you can go to job boards, you can go to Facebook groups. There's numerous ways that you can hire people. Just literally put it out there that you're looking for somebody to fit this role, and get somebody like that. Personally, every single hire that I've had in my agency has come from either, again, Upwork.com, which is a good freelance website, but you might need to go through a couple people to find somebody that really fits what you're looking for. So maybe give people that you're looking to hire some test tasks that fit what you're looking for in your agency, and then you can see who really has the right attitude to succeed in that job role. Also, I've got quite a few people that have worked with me from my personal brand, so when somebody maybe has come across a YouTube video or messaged me on Instagram or whatever, and I see that they are a go-getter, they might fit what we're looking for in the agency, then I've hired them on to take certain tasks in my agency, and a lot of the time that fits really well. So if you've got a personal brand, maybe utilize that to get people as well that fit exactly the culture that you want in your agency. Probably final thing to note in terms of how much do you actually pay these people that you take on in your agency. One thing is, you don't necessarily need to hire people from the United States or the UK, first world countries. You can look for people in areas Eastern Europe. My project manager is from Latvia. My media buyer is from Germany, but you can look for people from South America, Asia, Philippines, because in those countries, say $100 or $500 is worth much more to them than somebody in the United States, because cost of living is far lower. So you can afford to pay those people who you're not sacrificing quality, but that amount of money means far more to them. So they're very happy with how much they're getting, and you also, your costs are less, so you're able to automate things and also not lose out on those profit margins for yourself as an agency owner. The next thing in terms of tools that you want to utilize in the agency, there's a number of tools that you can utilize, such as Swedo, which is where you can sort of communicate with clients and send them monthly and weekly reports in terms of how the ads are performing. If you've got a number of clients, you can also use tools like Revealbot to automate as well your Facebook ads. So these are also some tools that, in addition to the team members that you take on, can really improve things in your ads agency and really free up your time, so you can now enjoy having an agency and not slaving away all the time. You can also really focus on sales and operations, so you scale and earn more money by outsourcing tasks. So once again, hope you got value from this video. If you like what you saw in this video, you're like, this information is really good, it's really solid and helping me in terms of understanding how to scale and how to grow an agency, but you will still like to benefit from much more personalized help, what I would like to do is just offer you a free consultation call. You can literally just click the first link in the bio below here. It should be somewhere below this video. Click that link. It's going to pull up a page where you can literally just fill in a short application and choose a time that you like to speak with myself or a member of my team. And what we're going to do on that call is look at your current situation in terms of your agency, or in terms of how you advertise currently. Take a look at where you want to get to and your goals with that, and then we're going to come together and give you a game plan step by step on how you can actually grow an agency, how you can actually get more freedom for yourself, and all the tools and stuff we use personally in my own agency. Now, at the end of the call, there's going to be a chance, if you want to work on a longer term basis with myself, to get mentorship to actually reach those goals. But if not, you're still going to get the game plan, so no worries, you won't lose out on anything by joining the call. So anyway, I do appreciate every one of you watching this video, and I'll see you on the next video.